I've finished my document, I'm happy with the formatting, I'm happy with the content, and now I want to create a copy of it in another language. So I want to translate the document. There's a really powerful tool built in for this. So if I go up to Tools, and if I go to Translate Document, what this will do is it will create a copy of the document in another language. So I'll have a copy in English and a copy in another language. You'll notice the file name it suggests for the new file is translated copy of Ironman, because my document is called Ironman, so it just sticks translated copy in the front. You click on choose language and select the language you want. It's got the full range from Google Translate. I'm going to go all the way down, and I'm going to put this into Zulu. I click translate, and as you see, I've got a tab opening at the top. It's creating a new Google Doc. So this time it will be translated copy of Ironman. So I've got Ironman there in English and translated copy of Ironman. It's having to think about it. And there we go. It's coming online now as a converted, translated file. So there we go. My formatting has stayed exactly the same. My pictures have stayed exactly the same. I haven't lost my original English version, but I've got a version now in Zulu. This is a useful feature. Now, another thing that it can be used for as well is I've translated this document, but I haven't translated my settings. So Google Docs is still in English, or in the language I set it up to be in. So if I ever receive a document in another language, I can use this feature to my favor. Now I'm just going to rename this. I'm going to call it Ironman. I'm going to call it Ironman Zulu. Now, if I receive a document in another language, I can translate it back. So if I do exactly the same process again, File, Tool, Translate Documents, and this time it'll call it Translated Copy of Ironman Zulu. So I'm going to go down here. I'm going to look for English. So here we go. I received a document in another language, and I can translate it into English, creating a copy. Just worth remembering, this is now a third copy of the file. I've got my original, I've got Zulu version of it, and now I have got the copy that is translated back into English. Realistically, you wouldn't do this yourself. You'd be picking documents that have come to you in another language, so having 3 files like this would be very unusual, but it's just worth remembering this is not the same file as my original Ironman, even though the content now is exactly the same. There we go. I've translated a document backwards and forwards. That is how I should translate documents if I want to convert the whole thing and keep it as it is. Again, because I'm creating new copies, I should be using this at the end of a process when I've finished with a document and I'm ready to go in another language.